are you not joining in?
Because you're doing give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom. It's 2 beats.
It's close enough.
All
right, welcome to the Funny Business Podcast. I totally royally screwed that up. I hope you're all having a good day. That's going to kill my vibe the whole day. Damn it.
I'm glad you tried.
I'm so pissed.
Do you want to try again? I'll let you try again if you want.
No. The moment has passed.
Okay.
I hope you're all having a good day. Welcome back. Funny Business Podcast is here for you as always every Friday. We have not stopped for a single week since we started. Not many people can say that for 95 straight weeks. Mike, how are things? We haven't really chatted in a little while.
I thought you were going to pull off a we are never ever getting back together type of deal. Matt, I'm doing great. It seems like we haven't talked in a while. Matt's busy with everything in life, and of course I am too. So, but hey, there's nothing wrong with a friendship that talks at least once a week or once a month or once a year. If you consider them your friend, they're your friend.
Yeah, it's a damn fact. You can't deny that.
But, things are good. A little busy, a little cold. Freezing cold to be exact. And, just trying to live life one day at a time.
That's really all you can do. Spring will be here before we know it. The cold weather will be behind us before we know it. And then it's basically summer. And who doesn't love summer and spring?
It's the wise words of my boss would say, happy almost summer. She said that today.
Yeah. Listen, every day we gain an extra 40 seconds of sunlight or 17 seconds of sunlight. I don't know what that stat is.
I've been noticing that. Jenna actually pointed that out this past weekend. She's like, did you know that it's not been getting dark at 4:30 now? And it's like, yeah, it's not that bad out.
Yeah, no, it's on my drive home. I actually have some sun, which, it helps a little bit. It makes you feel a little better.
Speaking of the sun, Matt, I don't know how I'm going to pivot this. Did you get a haircut?
I did get a haircut. Got one on Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at me being a good friend noticing your haircut.
You're not the first person to say it today, but you're one of the first few people that said it to me today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Listen, whenever you get a haircut, you always want to get some compliments, just because otherwise people will say oh, what happened to his hair?
I have a few phrases that I always like to say if somebody responds to me, somebody asks me, did you get a haircut? I said, no, I got attacked by a lawnmower. Okay. And then there's a second one that my boss has brought up multiple times, being like, oh, did you get a haircut? And I'm like, well, I got multiple of my hairs cut.
Right.
So
that's the classic dad joke, oh, no, I got them all cut. Yeah, it's a great one. All
cut. I can't even hear you, Matt. I actually just disconnected myself. So
nice.
Give me 1 second. Help me,
Tom Cruise.
I found it.
There we go.
It's I can't hear Matt laugh. What?
How did you do that?
I don't know. Let's say you start a podcast, or you're running your own side hustle and have a bunch of links that you want your audience to know about. As a podcast, Matt and I have all of our social media, all of our podcast links, and other important things. Make it easier for your followers to find your important links, social media, and latest content by having it all in one page with solo.to. I'll be honest, I have used similar websites like this, but nothing compares to solo.to. All of your links are clean and easy to navigate. Have an upcoming video? It's really easy to make those changes. Plus, solo.to has opportunities to upgrade to include more customization, advanced analytics, and so much more. Solo.to is giving us a special opportunity for you to get 10% off if you create an account and upgrade. Be sure to go to solo.to/funnybusiness to create your account today. I think I need to go back to college.
Maybe.
Well, Matt, speaking of college, my friend, we had some breaking news just over the past week. See, now you can't screw that up because there's no certain breaking news song.
Right.
Matt, I know you're a big Taylor Swift fan.
Oh, you know it.
Are you, though? I'm just kidding.
I like to think I am.
We proved it. So
We did. I proved it well.
You did a really good job. That was a couple episodes back. So Matt, NYU, Clive Davis Institute is introducing a Taylor Swift-centric course. The class will be in session from January 26th to March 9th. Swifties will develop a firm understanding of how the musician created a durable presence in the fast-moving musical landscape. Matt, I feel like you plan on taking some credits at NYU?
No.
Why not?
Not that I just don't want a class. I would love to learn about it. But would I want to take well, I don't think I would want to actually take this course in college.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't feel like it would help at all. Like, yes, it would be cool to learn about Taylor Swift, and that part would be awesome. From an educational standpoint, is it really going to make a huge difference in the impact of your college academics? I don't know.
I think your ego is just like a little large for someone who loves Taylor Swift. So I think you might not enjoy it because you might not learn as much as you did. But as they go on, the Dreamlike course will highlight the quote legacy of pop and country songwriters who influenced Swift, while understanding how other notable names have paved a path for the hit maker. Students will uncover the quote politics of race in contemporary popular music and sharpen their critical thinking skills. I have a feeling that this is just a poll to get enrollment, and then they're going to talk about other things. Like, I had that actually happen to me before in class. It was called Beauty and Ugliness. And like, okay, we were thinking about, okay, what's beautiful and what's ugly. And then we were more so looking at women in art. But like, I think it was just kind of a, what do they call that? Like a carpet pull. Like they think you're there and then they pull it out from under you. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to talk about women in art. Not that I didn't enjoy it, but to me, you would think you would hope to get what you want based on the title of the course.
Yeah, you're probably right. I feel like Taylor Swift is going to be like the main focus of it, which is again, another reason why I don't think I would, after reading the description that you just explained, it does sound like a basic course. They just kind of threw Taylor Swift's name on there. Like they're going to show how like race is involved and like her developing from a very young age to the star. Yeah, they probably just did use the name just for enrollment, and because let's be real, a lot of people are going to want to take this class. A lot of people are going to be interested in it. So it's a smart move on their part, but I wonder if she had any involvement in this process.
I would think so. I mean,
hope so.
Hopefully name, image, and likeness would hopefully play a factor in developing the course. Hopefully maybe they reached out to her record. Well, no, she's not a record company. Maybe they reached out to her or her team and was like, hey, can we use Taylor Swift's name? We're going to talk about Taylor Swift in course. Do you mind coming in as a guest speaker?
Yeah, maybe.
That would be awesome. You would have to get a theater for that class, for that night specifically. Matt, question for you, my pal, for the life of college, for two big boys who've graduated in small private liberal arts education. What was one class you liked the most, and what was one class you liked the least?
I loved, what was that class called? Marriage, Sex, and Family.
I was going to say microeconomics with me.
That was a great class as well. But no, I took I think it was actually a religion course, Marriage, Sex, and Family.
Had to be.
It was a really cool class. I just kind of got to learn like the psychological and developments of like living in a family and everything like that, which was a really cool class. I actually enjoyed going to it. And the ones I hated, I was just not a philosophy guy. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't do it. It's just not for me.
You think, therefore you are.
Oh, I know. I don't understand how someone could major in philosophy. That's a wild thing to major in.
Great question.
Yeah.
My least favorite class was accounting. I could not stand accounting. And like you would think based on like some of the criteria, like, oh, well, maybe Mike took it in the morning. No, I took it at 1:30 in the afternoon, and I still didn't like it. And that was like one of my last classes I need in order for me to fulfill my minor in marketing. And it was tough. I mean, yeah, did I learn some things? Yes, but it just was so much. for a level 100 level course, by the way. So that's usually if nobody, first time for everyone here. If you didn't know the number of the course, so if it's like, depending on the college or university. So for instance, for us, level 100 is like level 1, 200, level 2, 300, level 3. 400 is a specialized course. And then like 500 is like, I think grad school, I think if I'm correct. But so Principles of Accounting was probably by far my least favorite class. My most favorite class, English, yeah, class I liked the most, there we go, is a tie for two. I had a special elective called Advanced Multimedia Post-Production, which was a class that was a prerequisite of taking a video one course. And I was only a first year student when I took it in the spring.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I didn't take video one. I was cool. The person who was teaching it was my advisor. He's like, oh yeah, you could probably do this. And I was like, okay, cool. And then the other one was Principles of Management. And I tell this to everyone. That was my favorite non-communications course that I took. We did not treat it like a lecture style course. We treated it like a meeting. Like we had all of the tables, at a U shape. It was like a business meeting, and it's super cool. Brought a lot of quotes in, brought a lot of team efforts in collaborating with other classmates, and it's cool. I really like the professor. I actually work with his wife, believe it or not. Yeah, which is, I met her first, then I met him, and then I put two to two together. I'm like, wait a minute, aren't you? And he's like, yeah. He's like, oh, you work there? I'm like, yeah.
Small world.
So it's good.
Yeah, accounting sucks. It's accounting's, like you said, you do learn some things. It's just one of those things in life that you have to be really good at, like at your job. Like you can't make mistakes, or else like the whole rest of everything else is gonna get messed up. So you have to be really meticulous and like take the time to make sure you're doing it right. And it can get challenging and overwhelming at times. I don't really like. I liked my business classes. I wouldn't say there was any. I liked business law. Business law was a fun class. We actually did our final wasn't really like a final exam. It was more so like a lawyer case that we had to act as an attorney and either be for the plaintiff or for the defendant. So our professor paired us up against someone else in our class, gave us each our own case, and we had to come up with reasonings like from the course over the time of the semester, like what we learned, to try to like defend our case and things like that. That was really awesome, because we presented it to our class, and then the class kind of like voted on who should win. I don't remember if I won or not. I want to say I lost, but I had like a really tough case against me.
Did you have somebody I'm thinking of in that class?
Tall, bald dude.
Oh,
as the professor?
No, as the person you went up against.
I don't even remember who I went up against.
No, okay.
No, I don't know. That's
tough. That's tough when you get presented a hard case to work with. When you get presented a really challenging topic, period. But Matt, I really didn't know that you took that class. What was that class again? The weird one?
Business law?
No. The first one you said you liked the most.
Oh, marriage, sex, and family.
Business law. The weird one. So Matt, there's colleges and universities across the world that offer courses up the wazoo. But Matt, not that I did some digging, I pulled up BuzzFeed and I wanted to see if there was a quiz. And yes, Matt, we're leading up to it, playing a game. Okay. We're going to see, Matt, if you know if these real college are these real college courses or something made up.
Oh God.
So based on enrollment or if the class is being offered, this was either a real course at an institution or it's fake. So I'm going to give you the course name. You're going to tell me if it's real or fake, Matt. Are you ready?
All right. I think I can do this.
All right. The first one, alien sex.
Real.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You're correct. It is a real course. University of Rochester.
Oh, God. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Second one, dirty pictures.
Fake. Final answer.
It's incorrect. It is actually real.
Wow.
It is from the Rhode Island School of Design.
Okay. I guess that makes sense somehow.
This is much better than us trying to play a Wordle. Everybody at home can actually play
right.
with us.
Correct. That's awful.
Matt, the next one. Food and human senses.
Food and human senses.
Correct.
Fake. Final answer.
That is correct.
Oh, okay.
They made up the title.
Right.
The next one. Those sexy Victorians. Real or fake?
I'm gonna say real. Final answer.
That is correct. Of course, it's at Ole Miss.
Yeah, you know what? That kind of, I can see that. That makes sense.
Matt,
I don't know why that makes sense, but it does. Yeah.
underwater basket weaving. Real or fake?
Oh my God. Wow. This is so out there that I think it's fake, but then it makes me think like it's so out there that it's real. I'm gonna say fake. Final answer.
Matt.
Is it real?
It was
How do
real.
you basket weave underwater? How do you do that? What?
This course is at Jenna's founding college, Reed College.
Wow.
That is always a fun fact I say when I talk about really like just weird courses. Underwater basket weaving. I always mention that.
How is that possible?
I have no idea. You should look
There's
it up.
no shot. I will.
Actually, wait. I'm gonna look up the title here. Underwater basket weaving course. Let's see if this is
Because
actually
like, how would I don't even understand how it doesn't like warp. That's crazy.
Let's
Dude.
see here. You can get it at Rutgers. No.
Well, that makes sense.
I'm just going to we're gonna research that later. Matt,
Okay.
the next one. The age of music festivals, real or fake?
That sounds too real of a name, so I'm gonna go with fake.
That's correct. Made up the title.
Oh, mind trick. Jedi mind trick.
Matt, the business of sex toys and other adult novelties, real or fake?
Real. Final answer.
That's incorrect. They made up the
Oh, is
title.
it fake? Damn. I was really hoping that was real. Not gonna lie. Not that I want to take it. Just was hoping that someone out there would take the class.
Just asking for a friend.
Right.
report
Just
back.
asking for a friend.
How to watch television, real or fake?
Real. Final answer.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Montclair State University.
Oh. Okay.
Mhm.
That's kind of local in the area. I believe that's New Jersey.
Purity and porn in America, real or fake?
That sounds real. I'm gonna say real.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Alfred University has offered this course.
Where's Alfred University?
I have no idea.
Wow.
Scripted reality and society, real or fake?
Fake. Final answer.
You're correct. Made up the title.
Okay. Here we go. Want to roll?
Maple syrup, the real thing.
Oh my God. No shot that is real, but I'm saying real. Final answer.
It's correct. It is another course title at Alfred University.
That I'm gonna look up Alfred University. You can keep going, but I really hope that is either in Wisconsin or Minnesota, because if not, then something else is wrong.
Matt, Catherine the Great, Sex and Power, real or fake?
That sounds like it's real, so I'm gonna go real. Final answer.
Incorrect. They made up the title.
Damn it.
Sociology of Hollywood's child actors, real or fake?
Oh, that's gotta be real. Final answer.
It's made up title. Incorrect.
Really?
Yep.
That sounds like a legit course. Alfred University is in New York.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It's a little upsetting.
That's in New York. The Amazing World of Bubbles, real or fake?
Real. Final answer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Caltech.
Okay.
And Matt, the last one. Arguing with Judge Judy, real or fake?
I love Judge Judy. I don't know if we ever talked about that before.
Wait, we haven't. Wait. Let's talk about that.
No, I just love watching Judge Judy.
Why?
I think she's a badass bitch. Badass.
Do you remember-
if I was in a fight against Judge Judy, I would just lay down and let her win. Wouldn't do it.
Do you remember there was this photo that was circulating as far as Judge Judy apparently having like a think badonkadonk? I can't believe I said that. And it was later reported that it was photoshopped.
Yeah. No,
But,
I
like,
love Judge Judy. She's the best.
We've only seen her in the judge gown, whatever they call it, a gown, like the judge's gown, and we weren't sure if she, was.
You never know. You don't know how many C's.
No, I was trying to find the right words. So, Matt, arguing with Judge Judy, is it a real or fake course that is offered at an institution?
I'm going this because I hope it's real. I'm going to say real final answer.
You are correct. It's real.
Hell yes. Where is this at?
It is Arguing with Judge Judy, Popular Logic on TV Judge Shows. It is a course title from UC Berkeley, which I know is in California.
Yep. That makes total sense.
Do you think, Matt, people are tired of hearing our Anchor ad?
Yeah, probably. But let's be honest. If it wasn't for Anchor, we would not be doing a podcast.
You're right, Matt. Once again, we have to thank Anchor for helping us continue to make each episode. Y'all know how it works. Anchor is free. It's easy to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, and distributes your podcast to platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more.
And you all know that you can make money too, even with the first couple episodes that you start with.
So why haven't you started your own podcast yet? Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm.
So, Mike, when do you think we'll stop talking about Anchor?
Oh, man, Matt. You know what? To be completely honest, I think we'll be talking about this for a long time. Matt,
that's the one class out of that whole list I would love to take.
Matt, you got a 10 out of 15 correct.
All right.
It seems like you're well acquainted with your course catalog.
I didn't go to college for nothing.
I went to college. We were having a discussion before we got on, and I said that phrase, I went to college, and Matt didn't remember where it was from, and I had to pull up. It's from SpongeBob.
Everything good is from SpongeBob.
Really, way back when, like when they first introduced like the whole concept of Plankton said it. He was trying to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula, or just plain Krabby Patty, and that was. He was going to get the Krabby Patty secret formula, and his follow-up was, I went to college. But the weird thing that we discussed was he said he went to college. He didn't say he finished college.
No. Maybe that's why he can't perfect the Krabby Patty recipe.
Maybe. So,
I think there's a class out there at a university about SpongeBob.
Let's see here. College.
Other than like design, obviously like Nickelodeon school or Nickelodeon have its own school, I would imagine.
I mean, I'm sure just for somebody. I know somebody that works at. I think it's Viacom.
That's right.
That actually.
I want to say
it's like a what? Bikini Bottom Prestigious Music College. This is an encyclopedia. It's a fandom.
Oh.
College courses that talk about SpongeBob.
There's got to be a few out there. I mean, there's so many like things you can learn from SpongeBob.
Nope.
No.
The only news that's coming up was Shelton State Community College when they decided to sing a classic song. One of their assignments was singing a song, and they chose the I believe it is the A Grill is a Grill.
That's a banger.
You've never seen that video?
Yeah, I have seen that video.
Yeah.
But just the original song is a banger.
Yeah. That and fun.
Fun. Yes, that's a
good
one. They're all good.
Do you remember you made that as a suggestion for my talent show?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I admittedly said your last name like totally wrong. And you still didn't realize. I even said it in public, Matt.
It is what it is. Which water under the bridge at this point?
Well, apparently. Well, hopefully whoever's in college, you are finding the most interesting courses, but you're also keeping with your academic courses that are related to your program that you're participating in. Best advice for college courses. Go, Matt. Go to class.
Go to class. Maybe take some electives outside of your comfort zone. Learn something new. Get some new ideas in you.
That's great. That's wonderful. So
Mhm.
college courses it is. Take Taylor Swift. You can if you're at NYU.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Speaking of other ideas that I've just have in my head, um, like I had an idea over this past weekend. You could what?
Chuck it. Go ahead.
Oh, you look confused.
No, I'm looking like intrigued because I.
Oh.
What was your idea?
My bad. So you could call it a Matt's drunk idea or Matt's drunk thought. But it's about Snapchat. So what's the big thing with Snapchat that everybody does?
So wait, this is the segment Match Drunk Thought.
Correct. We can throw this into Matt's drunk thoughts.
Snapchat.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Correct. What's the biggest thing? What do people use Snapchat for? The big thing.
First thing that came to my head was dirty pictures.
No. No. What do people like sending other than those?
Well, pictures.
Right.
Okay.
But like streaks.
Aha, streaks. Yes.
People like streaks. Yeah.
We have been awful with our
We've been so bad. Very bad. We used to be, I think we got up to like 260, something like that.
Yeah.
And then we just can't even get it back started again. Let's keep that going.
What is what's your highest streak right now on the Snappy Chat?
Let me look at my phone. I know it's April.
Could you imagine it was me?
It's 140.
That's not bad.
No. But here's where my idea comes in. So obviously, I understand you have to snap each other like within like 24 hours to keep the streak going.
Correct.
And sometimes that streak gets broken.
Right.
However, and some people only Snapchat each other just for streaks. That's not, I'm saying that I do it, but a lot of the younger people just snap for streaks. Wouldn't it be cool to know like the total amount of days that you snapped someone? Like what if you just clicked on like their Bitmoji and you could pop up and it would say like, hey, you've snapped this person for like 700 days in your career. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to do because yeah, you can see like, hey, we've snapped for like you and I, let's say we build up to like a 25-day snap streak. I want to know how many times we sent TikToks to each other on Snapchat.
I like it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's somewhere though. That's not
you think?
I don't know, man.
I feel like it should be displayed. Because then you ever get down like memory lane, start scrolling through your Snapchat things to say, oh, when's the last time I Snapchatted this person? Maybe you see it's at like 99 days. You Snapchatted them. You Snapchat them. You hit 100 days. Like that'd be kind of cool.
So they're actually what I'm thinking of, Matt. I'm looking at you. You have 40,820 snaps. Wow. Oh my God. I looked at mine. I was like, wait a minute.
Crazy score.
My snaps, how many snaps I've had? 77,236.
Wow.
That's a lot. And then the person who I currently have a 1,099 day snap streak.
Wow.
Is
1,099?
1,099.
That's crazy.
So she's in six figures right now. It's Emily Wenzel from their podcast way back when.
Yeah,
in case any of our audience has any speculation.
Right. Yeah, keep mind your own business, people.
So Matt, when you go to my profile or your profile, there actually is charms that are located at the bottom of
yes,
the profile. So apparently we're BFFs because we snap. Apparently we snap and chat with each other a lot. Yep. In touch, we've been staying in touch recently. That's a total lie. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Snap Heroes, we have an average snap score of 59,025. How heroic. Okay. So I feel like having that, like that could be cool to add that.
Yeah, I didn't even know charms were a thing until you just pointed that out to me. I feel like Snapchat could use a benefit from like something a little new, like something in addition to streaks.
Do you think Snapchat's dying?
No.
Why not?
I don't think Snapchat stories are that big anymore, but there's a lot of people like in like high school right now, like are huge into like Snapchat, like private stories and everything like that. And they people just, their only form of communication is Snapchat.
College. I kid you not. Like I it's kind of not that I was like creeping, but like I was looking over a work studies person who works in our department as a student, and she had her Snapchat like open where like you see who you're snapping or who you're chatting with. Literally, you had to scroll to see how many people she was chatting with. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, how do you keep track? Like, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm old fashioned, but like I'd rather you text me so that way, in case I forget what the hell we were saying and I forget about it, I can at least refer back to it.
I agree. I also think sometimes people just don't want to talk or don't want the other person to have their number. Maybe because like they're just flirting or like a friendly, like, hey, how's it going? But you don't really like want to get to know them that well. But no, people, a lot of the younger kids in high school, like all they use is Snapchat.
Time to get spicy. Did you start off on social media with April, or did you guys have each other's numbers before you started liking each other?
No, we started on social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, isn't it great that you got social media your first year in college?
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
I think I remember asking you like, oh, like what's your social media, or like what's something that I can connect you with, and you're like, I don't have any. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
It wasn't until I think like halfway through my first semester or something like that, or like towards the end of my first semester.
I got a strange friend request on Facebook from Matt, and I texted him. I said, "This you?" I think I don't remember. It's been so long ago. I don't even remember.
Yeah, so long ago. That had to be. Yeah, that's another. You want a little dude that's effing crazy. So this year, 2022, actually, it kind of already happened for you. This year, 2022, will be 4 years since I graduated. This past December will be 4 years since you. The same amount of time we were in college.
I don't like it.
No, that's creepy. That scares the hell out of me.
Oh man, that's another segment and a half of being upset and being down over that.
Yeah. Another quick drunk thought I had. This wasn't really like I didn't.
Were you drunk?
Yeah.
I love how you had to think about it.
Yeah, no, I was. So TikTok.
Yes, the TikTok.
Isn't it crazy how like the For You page like always like gets what you want?
To find
like it's always on, like it always like if there's a specific TikTok, like I get these once in a while that like TikToks are like, I've made 4 of these videos, like this one's meant for you, and that video out of all of them is always the one that like most like relates to me.
Right.
It's weird.
Your algorithm. It's your algorithm.
I know. I just the TikTok algorithm just hurts my head. I don't understand it. I know no one does, but
kind of freaks me out when I am on social media and like my boss will send me like really, I don't want to say inappropriate videos, but like she'll send me stuff that like will totally populate into my feed. And it's like, I'm like, I don't want it to hit my algorithm. I don't. Like, please stop. But like, I think for us to culminate, like, obviously it probably sees the engagements, it probably sees the likes and comments, but like what we do as far as sharing it, like for us, like we're just pure comedy, but at the same time, I like a lot of stuff that's like photography and videography. So like, I'll like those occasionally, it'll keep showing up. Another example is I know a couple of people are really into Pokemon cards, like Pokemon polls and like card openings, unboxings. And it's like, oh, I'm on the Pokemon talk, like because it keeps showing them, it keeps feeding them Pokemon TikToks, whether it's cards or games or whatnot. And, typically it really hits the nail on the head as far as what their For You page. I mean, I guess that's why it's called a For You page.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. I love watching those unboxings of like trading cards. I love it. It's thrilling. I don't know if you've ever like watched like a Pokemon one or like a sports one.
I've watched a Yu-Gi-Oh unboxing.
I loved Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, man.
Dude, we should duel.
We should make a YouTube video of us dueling.
No freaking clue or I almost call them Pokemon. I don't know where any clue. Mom, if you're listening,
bunch.
Mom, if you're listening, I need to find my deck, please.
We used to have a bunch. I don't know. We may have gotten rid of ours, but did you have the thing that went on your arm?
Dual disc.
Oh, The best.
Did you
Yeah.
have so I had the regular one that had blue, but I
Mm-hmm.
also had the almost kind of like the sword one. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of like a bluish green type of
Mm-hmm.
deal.
Yeah, we had all of them.
Yeah.
I loved it. So loved it.
Which is interesting because I more prefer back in the day, like that was just all for show. Like I like it's really it unless you're playing like wow, this totally goes to wrong conversations. Like unless you were actually playing a true Yu-Gi-Oh card game where like it had like the holograms and like the actual like stadium set for you to use that dual disc, trying to play against your friend is totally impossible because
Mm-hmm.
you have no idea because I think you put your trap cards and spell cards in the front of the disc. Is that correct? Or did you put it behind?
I think at the front.
I think in the front. So like you had to make sure. I mean, my eyesight's horrible now, but like you had to be like, does he have trap cards? Does he have spell cards? And
Mm-hmm.
seeing like hands or like all that stuff. I was just like, I'd rather much play on a table. Did you have the mats too? Like the table mats?
I don't think so.
They're like paper and they like pulled out and you were able to put it down.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Back in the day when I was first learning, I had to make sure that I knew what I was doing, but now I'm a pro. I feel like I could still pull out the cards and be a duelist champion.
I think so too. It's
Dual
a pretty easy game to learn too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very difficult. Like I feel like we could pick up on it like right back like we never left.
I think the thing that people struggle with is just all the abilities and like all the things, and more so your card combinations too. Like making sure
Mhm.
like your deck is combined with things that are combos that can allow you to be able to use it. So did you get the starter pack to begin? Like you got Yugi and Kaiba starter pack
I believe so.
with a DVD on how to play?
I don't know if I got the DVD.
I got it.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's my
I don't
first
know what happened to those.
first
kinda
Blue Eyes
sad.
White Dragon.
Yep. Well, that was a little trip down memory lane. Now it is. I think we both are a little down that we don't know where our Yu-Gi-Oh cards are. So in case we're down about anything else, Mike, let's take some time. Let's talk through some things. Let's go into down in the dumps. I will let you go first.
Okay. The whole college thing you brought up to me, I was like, I don't want to think about it. Like,
Yeah, no, that's the same.
I mean, I guess I could play off on top of that. It wasn't really something I've written down, but I thought about it a lot these past couple days. and if I say this sentence, I need to add context to it.
Yes.
How how horrible is it to go to college during this time of a pandemic and everything else that's happening?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I mean, you can't get the true college experience right now.
No, you can't. And they are doing their best. I am not because I work at one, but like just because of like it's not anything that's on administration. It's not anything on people trying to like it is solely based on the circumstances that the cards are dealt with in life. Period.
Mhm.
One of the things that I found out recently, Matt, is that the coffee places, the coffee locations in campus close at 3 p.m. Monday through Friday because they don't have an afternoon shift.
Oh man.
Could you imagine being a freshman on campus without a car and you want coffee and you can't get coffee because it's closed? It's so sad. Like it makes me sad because that it's the student experience and you'll always remember that. It's like, well, I never had which is I like could think of the story now of like somebody who like really depended on coffee. It's like, well, I had to buy my own Keurig and I had like coffee Keurig at the office. Like I had to buy my own Keurig or I had to make my own coffee because coffee wasn't available on campus after 3:00. Like it's just so shitty. And on top of that too, with COVID, I mean, because that's obviously the bearer of the bad news. Like that's at the most top. You could just be living your life. I mean, yeah, I think everybody's living a little bit more cautiously, but even so, living it cautiously can still get you infected with COVID. And like, there's some occasions like, and I don't think I've ever shared this story before, but I'm happy to share it. I had a student who was in my office the one time, for a final review, and it was actually Tuesday before my birthday. Wednesday was my birthday. I got a call from the coordinator for COVID saying I was exposed on Tuesday.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay. Like, and like, I was worried sick. I went home. I really couldn't focus because it's psychosomatic. Like, you can't really process yourself in trying to figure out what you need to do in order for you to be safe and also make others safe. And, luckily I tested negative when I got my test, but you can't be doing anything. And like, you can't fear through life, but like, you can't be doing anything without, without the thought of possibly getting exposed for COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's just an awful time. We keep saying that the end is close, but will it ever end? I mean, I don't know. At this point, is it ever going to end?
I don't think
or is COVID just going to be like a new flu shot kind of thing? Just get a COVID shot every year. I don't know. Who knows?
I think it was a true wake up call for everybody in the world. I mean, Matt, you and I both know how packed we've been at places, and it just, we were living a life that was intended to get germs. That's how bad it was. And, it's become very political, and it's just something that's just really tough because, you want the kids to enjoy themselves, but also in hindsight, you want everybody to be safe, and it's a hard balance.
Yeah.
It really is a hard balance. So that was my additional one. And then you also brought up too that we don't talk much anymore. And I'm already thinking about, like, I feel like I haven't talked to Matt in forever. So screw you. No,
well, I texted you when I was getting ready for the podcast, and I looked at our last text message. I was like, I don't ever remember seeing this text. It was from like Wednesday. I just totally left you on red. Had no idea. Yeah. I think we're just, if life gets in the way of things, but we have to take time to put life away and make time for your friends and family.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then my last one, which was the one I actually wrote down. So thank you for providing me content for this segment.
Welcome.
My last one, of course, everybody knows it's a new year. It's new you. You know what else you have to still think about per last year? Taxes.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Matt, this is your first year. You got to do it.
I've done taxes last year.
Oh, yeah, you did technically.
Yeah. I've done taxes a lot of years.
But this is like your first like full-time, like,
yes,
taxes, W-2, all that stuff, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I actually finished it this past weekend. Apparently it was accepted, which just brought me back to the misery that I had for the whole entire year past year. And everybody knows who's listening to the podcast is very aware of this. I am just living in misery thinking I'm not going to get my tax return again this year.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Oh, that was so ridiculous. And then, like, all of a sudden, like, it was the best surprise ever. All of a sudden, I pick up a piece of mail. It's the Department of Treasury. I'm like, what's this from? Is this another bill that I have to pay? And open it up. It's my tax return from 2019. I think it was 2021 that I got it. I'm like, great. Lovely.
Okay, I like it. Picasso.
I like a Picasso.
Is that why you did it so early? So that in case there was an issue, you'd have...
I
want to get it done. I
had all my stuff. If for anybody H&R Block, you can use my code at
oh God.
Not a sponsor. I think I get $20 referred if I refer somebody to use H&R Block.
Oh, really?
I think so. I don't know.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Use the code Tim the Tapman in the item shop. I think so. I don't know.
Look at you getting your taxes done early. I mean, most people, I didn't even think of tax day.
But like, I mean, wait, hang on. Whoa, Matt, never mind. I could earn up to $300 when you refer friends to the block. Nice.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure it's like, yeah. As I'm reviewing this literature.
Oh,
no, I had everything. Word of advice. Sometimes you might need professional help. If you're not very vanilla like me or Matt, because, we don't make anything on this pod. Go ahead.
I got a tax guy.
You got a tax guy? Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. It's okay to get help.
Mhm.
But I think everybody should at least experience how to do taxes first before looking for help. Because let me tell you, my first year of doing taxes by myself, I called my parents, and like, granted, this is not their fault, but I called my parents. They're like, "We don't know what you're talking about," and I'm like, "Okay, fine, goodbye." I think I
Yeah.
left it at that. Like, it can get really confusing, but you need to take the time to do your taxes. So yeah, taxes.
Did you know that you can get a tax extension?
Yeah, we talked about that because Barstool Sports does it all the time.
Yeah, no, they do it all the time. It's great. Yeah, no, taxes are something I really didn't think of. And I'll get to that in like a month or so. Was it April 15th?
I think so.
That tax day? Yeah.
Yeah, April
Oh,
15th.
I'll be in Florida, so I better get it done before then.
Yeah, better get it done, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, April 1st.
April 15th.
Good Friday, baby.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is Good Friday.
Good Friday that time too.
Shout out Jesus. All right, so I have a few. Piggybacking off your tax day reminded me that last week was Groundhog's Day. That fat fraud, Puxatawny Phil said we have 6 more weeks of winter.
Apparently, that no good freaking what do you call it? That person who knows just the fountain of youth and just didn't share with Betty White. Come on.
No, yeah, really. But joke's on him because it's gonna be like 50 degrees this weekend. So suck it, Phil. Another one. Not that I'm ever a man of words, Mike. I think you know that words and I have a love-hate relationship.
I consider myself a man of faith, and there's deep tribe Castellanos.
I just haven't been able to say sentences. Like the past week, I've just been stumbling over my words. I sound like an idiot. Most like at work, like someone tries to ask me a question, and it's like I'm speaking German. I don't know what's happening. Like I just can't form sentences. I don't know if there's like a wire loose up there.
Maybe.
Or what? I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing when like you're in a meeting, I'm trying to like say something and the words are just like not coming out of my mouth correctly.
It's okay. My thing a couple weeks ago was saying 2020 because I wanted to say 2022, but I kept saying 2022. 2022. So
tough.
It happens, man. Just take your time. No rush. Less is more.
Right. That's my motto. And my final one, it's a bit of a say what in down the dumps.
Okay.
So with my car that I purchased a few months ago, I got like 3 free months of Sirius XM radio. I've never used it. I don't plan on it. So obviously they've been trying to contact me, like to see if I want to re-up. Like last week they called me 15 times, and I just didn't answer the phone. So then I blocked them. I'm like, I'm just going to block the number, and that's it. Mike, I got 3 phone calls from that same number after I blocked it.
Huh?
Yeah. I even clicked on the first time they called me. I was like, what the hell? I just blocked you guys. I clicked on their information, scrolled down. It said it was blocked, and it still came through on my phone.
Oh, no.
Like my phone rang like it was Sirius XM 3 times.
That might be an FCC type of deal.
I don't know. So coincidentally, 30 seconds before I joined the Zoom, Sirius XM called me after they were blocked. I picked up the phone, and immediately they were like, "Can I speak with Matthew?" You're like, "Yes. Listen, I know you're calling. No, I don't want Sirius XM radio. Please stop calling me. I will not re-up." She's like, "Okay, if you change your mind, let us know." I said, "Thank you." Hung up the phone. So my down in the dubs is 2 things. 1, they kept calling me after I blocked them. But 2, I could have just picked up the phone the first time, said that, and this whole thing would have been avoidable.
You kind of avoided the.
I did.
But
if I block the number, it shouldn't be able to call me. Am I correct?
Well, they could have called you.
Can you block an 800 number?
You could have called at a different extent. They could have called you at a different extension. They could have called you at a sub extension. I really don't know. However, I have heard that SiriusXM is really good for negotiation as far as getting free SiriusXM. Because I think at times, I forget. Every time, I don't know if it's my parents or a relative, but like XM free year, I don't know.
they always say, like, you always call them being like, well, like, please, I really don't want to pay for it anymore. Like, I thought of something else, and they'll like automatically offer you like a year free of Sirius XM. So could have taken advantage of it. But Matt, my second question to you is, pal, do you have Spotify Premium?
Yeah.
And don't you have Apple CarPlay in your car?
Yeah.
So why don't you just use Spotify for Apple Car?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Yeah, I'm just, I've never used Sirius XM radio.
Sorry. Forgot you said that. My bad.
Yeah. No, you're good. And on the phone, she's like, well, I can extend it to you. I was like, no, you're not, like, I don't need it. Like, I'm never going to use it.
Right.
Lately, I've been listening to the radio a little more often, too.
A little radio.
I'm switching things up. Yeah.
That's the stereo rock.
I listen to Elvis Duran in the morning show, like on the way to work. They're pretty entertaining.
That's good.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't heard radio in forever.
Yeah, that's why I started listening to it a little more often. Like sometimes I get bored just listening to my songs on shuffle, want a little change of pace. So I'll throw on, what's the station I listen to? Q102. Variety is the spice of life.
Yes, sir. And the best thing too is radio will never die.
Facts.
It's just it will evolve and it will turn into the wonderful things like a podcast. Like you're listening to right now on your favorite social listening platform.
And every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time.
Yes, sir. And that concludes another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. For those who are listening to Apple Podcasts, hello out there. You know the drill. If you haven't rated us 5 stars already, make sure you rate us 5 stars. Helps us get the podcast to other people and have it viewed on their Apple Podcasts. But not leaving our Spotify listeners out here as well. Spotify podcast also just got not a recent update, but an update that you can now rate podcasts on Spotify. So make sure you give us 5 stars there. Again, helps us out reach others who may need a little variety or the spice of life as far as podcasting. But if you are new here, welcome. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening to the end of the podcast. You can find all of our social media at solo.to/funnybusiness. You can find out all of everything from our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We go live sometimes, every time, all the time, one time, anything like that. Clip a chat and buy our merch. Merch is on there too if you want to support us and support the channel or the podcast. It's all good. So, Matt, what is your advice, my good pal?
So I'm going to leave two pieces of advice. Yeah.
Are we not doing it next week?
Oh, we will be.
Okay.
First of all, is just treat yourself. And, I'm going to a Sixers-Suns game this week. Well, it would have, as the release of this podcast, would have been Tuesday. But I'm very excited. It's my first Suns game ever. I have my Charles Barkley Suns jersey ready to go. So treat yourself to some time away from work. And also, the Super Bowl is this weekend. Yes, it is dumb that it is not on a Saturday. So my advice is be safe. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to a Super Bowl party, be smart. Uber, or just don't drink. But enjoy the game. I feel like this is the first Super Bowl in a long time that both teams are kind of likable. There's no Tom Brady, who has retired. Thank God. We don't have to deal with him anymore. No, he did. 100%.
Unless Shaq convinces him.
Yeah, if he comes back, the internet might blow up. But yeah, just be safe. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy the halftime show. It's going to be lit. Mike, I think they said 30-second commercials were going for like 9 million.
Wow.
So hopefully we get some good ones, because the last couple of years the commercials kind of sucked. But yeah, just have fun.
I just did a quick search. 2022. How much did you say?
Like 9 million or something like that.
This is from sportingnews.com. 6.5 million for 2022.
Okay, I could be wrong. But it's still a crazy amount for 30 seconds.
But Fox Business 11 hours ago, Super Bowl 2022 ad cost hits new high, 7 million for 30 seconds, and biggest ever price jump.
There we go.
Just ridiculous. So crazy that people can just cash out $7 million for a commercial.
I know Doritos. I think I heard Doritos is back. They usually have some good commercials.
Oh.
Budweiser. I'm sure Apple, if you've seen those Apple commercials for the Apple Watch,
Yep.
Terrifying. It's good marketing.
It's a real account. Like
Right.
that's
They
that's
literally
the
just
thing.
they should just market it and be like, if you don't have an Apple Watch, you're going to die. It's pretty much what their commercial says.
If you don't chew Big Red.
Right. We all know what that quote.
Yeah. I'm hoping for some new bangers, some more jingles. I hope they bring the sexiness of GoDaddy back, because why not?
Yeah, sure. Get back to its roots.
Get back to the roots. Budweiser, horses and dogs, and Anheuser-Busch. I don't know, man. Anything else? Like celebrity cameos, like good celebrity cameos, not just like
Right.
try this. Like they're like active in the commercial.
Yeah, I think they just need to stop trying so hard to be funny and just be funny. Like sometimes the simple is better.
Less is more. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
And just like this podcast, keep it simple, keep it real, lock it in. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.